Seeing how widespread early access is for gamers and developers, finding what early access games are available to play has gotten hard. Lucky for you, if you are a fan of turn-based games, then we have you covered with 10 RPGs available to play now on early access. But before starting, please remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting us through our member program and Patreon page. Lots of perks, mystery box, contests awaits you. Anyway, let's go!
A challenging turn-based RPG with complete freedom of character development and complex injury treatment system. Welcome.
Stoneshard is an open-world turn-based RPG. In Stoneshard, players take control of a medieval mercenary experiencing their unforgiving life across a war-torn kingdom while fulfilling contracts and developing their character with no restrictions.
And use every opportunity to earn coin, to buy better gear, and challenge ever greater dangers. Combine over 100 skills with over 200...
Currently, players can experience the whole prologue, which takes roughly around 2 hours, and some extra content takes about 10-12 hours. In that content, players will be able to explore part of a map, including bosses, 2 villages, 4 enemy factions and more.
Strategy to achieve victory no matter the odds. To survive...
Stoneshard is available on Steam.
Stoneshard is...
Ruin has found you at last.
Darkest Dungeon 2 is the sequel to the popular roguelike of the same name. It is described as a roguelike road trip for the damned. Equipping a stagecoach, players will set off across a decaying landscape in a last attempt to stop the apocalypse.
Emptiness and dissolution have wormed their way into the world.
It is unknown how much content is available in the early access version for Darkest Dungeon 2. All I can say is at least 2/3 of the game, which could take who knows how long as it is a roguelike. In other terms, players can technically beat the game, as it does have one final boss and all the content one would expect from the final release.
All the world's horrors. When you are ready, this rutted roadway will finally take you home.
Wartales is an open-world RPG where players lead a group of mercenaries searching for wealth across a medieval universe. Players will explore the world while collecting bounties, unravel secrets of the ancient tombs, and recruit companions. Currently, players can explore 3 whole regions. Each region is said to contain 10-15 hours of content, totaling 30-45 hours in total, with more regions to come as the developers work on the game. Wartales will also contain 30 playable classes, 240 skills, and 550 different items. On Steam.
Welcome to the 3rd entry in the Knight's Tale Dev Diary. This time, we're taking a look beyond the story of Mordred and Arthur, because we've got some cool things in store. Let's check out what kind of game modes and horrors await the players after completing the main story of King Arthur Knight's Tale. In this tactical role,
you know the King Arthur Midas, but not like this. King Arthur Knight's Tale is a turn-based tactical and a character-centric RPG hybrid in a King Arthurian world where both King Arthur and his nemesis Sir Mordred, aka the Black Knight, have both killed each other and have also been revived.
During a series of randomly appearing endgame missions, you'll have the chance to level up further, collect incredible treasures, and equip your characters with the best gear to face the ultimate danger. The plight might seem endless, but even nightmares can end.
Players will play as the Black Knight as he tries to kill the king, who has become something else. King Arthur Knight's Tale will release soon, but in the meantime, the early access version contains the first 2 maps of the Chapter 1 for players to try and a few random maps. How long this would take can vary from players to player.
Let's say you've gotten good, and you can defeat even the hardest AI-controlled enemies, and you want to prove yourself to the
But with the
world.
game releasing very soon, the content available should tide most players till the game releases in February on Steam. Fabled Lands is a challenging old-school narrative RPG in an open-world setting. Based on the books of the same name, this epic narrative adventure is the game fans of the series have, hopefully, been waiting for. In Fabled Lands, players can be who they want to be, whether a merchant or an explorer. The choice is theirs for the making. In the current state, Fabled Lands contains 3 of the 7 books, which is said to be roughly 16 hours of gameplay. Players will have access to all the core features that will be available in the game and choose from 6 character professions to explore 2 extensive areas from the main continent. On Steam. The long-awaited return of one of the best Dungeons & Dragons games is back in the form of Baldur's Gate 3, made by the team that created the Divinity Games, Larian Studios. Baldur's Gate 3 brings back a classic story with classic gameplay.
Adamantine Forge. Here lies
Players wanting to get a taste of Baldur's Gate 3 can get the game in early access, which includes the whole first act. The first act of the game is said to contain around 25 hours of gameplay with 1 character and can consist of more for players who want to try all the classes and races the game offers. On Steam.
been dark for thousands of years.
One more step and a blow us to chunks!
Which bastard stole my glory? Prove your faith. Strike him down.
Enter at your own peril, sorcerer.
Scars are a tribal, lizard-like race known for their strong pro-war culture, melee combat.
Glorious Companions is a team-based tactical RPG set in the world of Neverroth. Players will have control of a leader of a mercenary company as they decide what their future would be. Will they become a powerful lord, solve the mystery of the ancient guardians, or just build a massive fortune? It is all up to the player.
It is said that every army should have at least few of them ready to deploy on the battlefield.
Players can experience some of the battle mechanics featured in the game in either an offline or online mode, choosing from 2 races, with more to come in the future. Players will do quests, recruit companions, and more while exploring the wonderful fantasy world of Neverroth. On Steam. The Hand of Merlin is a turn-based roguelike RPG that combines Arthurian legend with sci-fi horror. Players will need to recruit mortal heroes as they explore worlds rife with otherworldly evil, make narrative choices and explore the multiverse to find the lost fragment of the character's soul. I'm unsure how much content is available in the Hand of Merlin, but I can say that it currently includes all the core features that one would expect from the game. As this is a roguelite experience, the player can expect to do multiple runs, which could take anywhere from a few hours to longer. On Steam.
Descending into the dark dungeons of forgotten memories, the mighty Guardian found himself caught in an ambush. An old but familiar magic.
Demeo PC Edition is the PC version of the popular tabletop RPG that was made exclusively for VR headsets. The PC version will have everything players enjoyed from the VR release, but with added comfort of mouse and keyboard support and cross-play between the two platforms. So, gather those friends and experience the best tabletop VR game now on PC.
Oh, we got a card. Woo! Nice.
Do I need to save you?
What's a card? You got a card?
Okay, hang on, I got this.
As Demeo is already available on PC through the VR headsets, players can experience the full game through early access with cross-play support. Unlike most early access games being in the development phase, Demeo is in the compatibility phase, which means it is more about making the game more compatible with Steam and extra content for the base game. On Steam. Stolen Realm is a turn-based strategy meets action RPG dungeon crawling looter. In Stolen Realm, players can go at it solo or with up to 5 friends through online co-op. Players will loot, fight and recover the Stolen Realm in a first for loot-based games. Currently, Stolen Realm has more than 30 hours of content to enjoy, with more on its way. Players can battle bosses, explore 7 different maps, fight with more than 180 enemies and experience the game's ragdoll physics on Steam. As usual, there may have been some games we missed and even more in the future, but this list will keep any fan occupied, with all 10 games offering a considerable amount of gameplay for any interested players. Are any of the early access games of any interest to you? Let me know in the comments below, and also remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting us through our member program and Patreon page. Lots of perks, mystery box awaits you. Wish you the best, ciao!